In a quiet corner of the digital world, a teenager, barely old enough to drive, triggered one of the most powerful internet disruptions the world has ever seen. No elite hacking group, no government agency, just a kid in his bedroom with a laptop, an internet connection, and a hunger to prove he could shake the world. This is the story of the teenager who shut down the internet. Born in Finland in 1998, Julius Kivimäki wasn't your average student. By age 10, he had his first computer, an old machine gifted by a family friend. By 12, he was no longer just playing games, he was studying how they were built. And by 14, he was already breaching systems he had no business accessing. Teachers described him as quiet, even withdrawn. But online, Julius found an identity, a world where age, nationality, and social status vanished, where knowledge and skill ruled. He began frequenting dark web forums and IRC chat rooms, places where hackers from all over the world gathered, shared code, and plotted attacks. These weren't your typical tech help groups. These were digital underground clubs, exclusive, secretive, and thrilling. Julius went by various aliases, constantly evolving his skills. He taught himself Python, C++, and scripting languages. But he also learned something more dangerous, how to manipulate systems and people. He started practicing social engineering, the ability to trick people into giving away passwords, clicking malicious links, or granting access they shouldn't. Julius understood something few kids his age did. The biggest vulnerability in any system is the human. He experimented with phishing schemes and basic penetration tests, poking holes in the digital armor of everything from school networks to small business websites. He wasn't looking to steal yet. He wanted to understand, and he did, fast. To understand Julius's journey, we have to understand the culture he came from. In the 2000s, online forums like hack forums, 4chan, and others became hubs of underground digital activity. From there emerged a new type of hacker, not the shadowy figures of 90s movies, but kids, teenagers, experimenters. They weren't all criminals. Some were curious, some wanted fame, others wanted revenge against institutions. They shared code, they sold stolen game accounts, they made prank software. But over time, the tools got more sophisticated. So did the attacks. These forums taught Julius how to mask his IP, how to use VPNs and proxies, how to encrypt communication. He wasn't just coding anymore, he was operational. He found inspiration in others, like the members of Anonymous or LulzSec, who famously breached Sony Pictures and the CIA. But Julius wasn't interested in politics. His interest lay in power, influence, control. And soon he would find his opportunity. In mid-2014, Julius connected with a group that would become notorious worldwide. Lizard Squad. Unlike traditional hacker collectives, Lizard Squad didn't hide in the shadows. They were flashy, bold, and confrontational. They didn't just attack, they announced their attacks. They branded them. And that branding made them infamous. Lizard Squad's first major target, Riot Games' League of Legends, one of the most played games in the world. It went down, millions affected. Next came Battle.net, Destiny, and RuneScape. Their attacks weren't subtle, they were devastating. They flooded servers with traffic until the games buckled under the weight. By late 2014, Julius, known by his alias Z-Kill, was helping plan and execute some of the squad's biggest attacks. And then came their most audacious move yet. December 25th, 2014. Across the globe, families gathered. Children unwrapped gifts. Millions of new PlayStations and Xboxes were plugged in for the first time. But nothing worked. PlayStation Network and Xbox Live were completely offline. Not just slow, gone. What was supposed to be the biggest online gaming day of the year turned into a digital disaster. Social media erupted. News channels scrambled to explain. Lizard Squad claimed responsibility, boldly, publicly, on Twitter. Why did they do it? They said it was a joke, a protest against the commercialization of Christmas, a way to expose how fragile our connected world really was. But many believe it was something simpler, a flex, a message. A few teenagers with the right tools had just ruined Christmas for millions. DDoS attacks require traffic, lots of it. To generate that traffic, Julius and his crew needed devices, lots of them. They built botnets by infecting unsecured devices, routers with default passwords, webcams with open ports, outdated smart TVs, even baby monitors. They didn't need permission. These devices were online and vulnerable. Once infected, they became digital soldiers, ready to attack. The result? Networks made of hundreds of thousands of devices, capable of sending gigabits, even terabits, of traffic per second. Julius understood this better than most. He didn't just use tools, he optimized them. He modified code, he made it faster, stronger. He also sold access. Lizard Squad's Lizard Stressor was born, a service that let anyone launch DDoS attacks for a fee. Just enter your target, pay in Bitcoin, and press launch. Cyber attacks became a business, and Julius was in the center. Lizard Squad wasn't just content with games. In August 2014, a tweet went out claiming a bomb was on an American Airlines flight. That flight was carrying a Sony Online Entertainment executive. The plane was diverted. The FBI opened an investigation. This wasn't hacking anymore, it was terrorism. Suddenly the playful image of the mischievous hacker collapsed. These were no longer just kids pulling pranks. They were international criminals. And while Julius wasn't officially linked to the bomb threat, investigators believed he had inside knowledge. His digital fingerprints were becoming harder to ignore. Behind the screens, law enforcement in multiple countries began watching, listening, waiting. In July 2015, Finnish police stormed Julius Kivimäki's home. Inside, they found a digital arsenal, dozens of hard drives, encrypted laptops, burner phones, notes scribbled in hacker slang. He was charged with 50,700 counts of computer crime, including data breaches, DDoS attacks, and identity theft. It was one of the largest cybercrime cases ever brought against a teenager, and yet he didn't go to jail. Under Finnish law, Julius, then 17, was considered a minor. He received a suspended sentence, no prison time, just therapy and supervision. The reaction? Shock, anger, confusion. Cybersecurity experts warned that the punishment didn't match the scale. Victims demanded justice. But the law had spoken. Julius was free. 2016, another seismic attack shook the internet. A botnet called Mirai took down Din, a DNS provider that powered websites like Twitter, Netflix, Reddit, and PayPal. The internet broke. Mirai used the same tactics Julius had once perfected, infecting IoT devices, coordinating massive DDoS floods. While the official creators of Mirai were American students, some cybersecurity researchers whispered about Julius's involvement. The style, the speed, the signature. Was it really him? No proof ever emerged, but Mirai cemented the idea that these attacks weren't just anomalies, they were the new normal. Julius's blueprint was being copied. In 2020, Julius was named again, this time in connection with a large-scale fraud ring. Finnish police alleged that he had orchestrated a phishing operation targeting banks and customers across Europe. The goal? To steal login credentials, drain accounts, and reroute funds through crypto wallets. The damage? Millions. Again, Julius was detained. And again, his legal outcome remains cloudy. Some say he flipped, offering intelligence in exchange for leniency. Others say he escaped real punishment because of legal loopholes. But if true, the message was clear. Julius hadn't gone straight. He had just changed targets. As of today, Julius Kivimäki's exact whereabouts are unknown. Some believe he now works in cybersecurity, helping companies defend against the very attacks he once launched. Others believe he's still active in the dark web, using new aliases, new tactics. There's even speculation that he's been recruited by a government, off the books, a digital asset, a cyber mercenary. Whatever the truth, one thing is certain. Julius was not a one-hit wonder. His influence continues to echo through the digital underground. And with every major attack since, Mirai, SolarWinds, Log4Shell, experts quietly ask, could this be him? We often imagine the people who control the world's systems as geniuses in suits, with degrees, with offices, but sometimes it's a teenager, alone in his room, fueled by curiosity and defiance. Julius Kivimäki didn't need an army. He didn't need money. He needed time, tools, and a reason. And he found all three. The real question isn't how he did it. It's how many more like him are out there, right now. Training, watching, preparing. The internet is only as strong as its weakest link. And when that link is a smart fridge or an unsecured camera, we're all at risk. This has been the story of the teenager who shut down the internet. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And remember, the next cyber legend could already be online.